Good afternoon, and thank you for those of you who didn't have meetings or classes or other things to get to. I know this is always hard to fit in. I have a confession before I start my story. As a student, I was actually never able to attend this event, so I feel very guilty on that count. And I've been the volunteer development coordinator at the Y for the last 2 years, and I was not able to go last year. I was injured on my right leg and couldn't drive. And then I thought about it, and I probably could have asked one of the many volunteer coordinators or other staff or students I know to drive me. Sorry, Lydia. That was my bad. Speaking of Lydia, last October, we're sitting in a car. You can hear the car doors slam. You can hear the seatbelts click. You can hear a little bit of silence as we drive away from a conference that was in Oshkosh. And then it starts coming out that, in fact, this conference wasn't what we were looking for. We didn't feel uplifted. We didn't feel excited. We didn't learn how to be better volunteer coordinators, how to better work with the volunteers in our organizations. We didn't feel as though we wanted to give our time in volunteering in other areas. The highlight of the day was when they gave away Disney tickets, and the low point was when we didn't win. So this started that conversation that many college seniors, and in fact high school seniors and seniors, and really anyone in the world has with people they enjoy and trust. What do you want to do with your life? Do you want to be a mom? Do you want to be a teacher? Do you want to stay in your job? And are you feeling fulfilled in this position forever? And I had to take a really big step back, which again was hard in that car as we're coming north on 41, but it made me think. And it made me realize that I was not giving of myself completely in my job. I love working for the Green Bay YMCA. I love working with the volunteers that we get to engage with, but I'm not giving enough in service myself. It also made me realize that a dream I had wanted to pursue since I heard the words Peace Corps way back when had been put to the wayside when I was a senior in college, and I had not picked it back up. I actually completed my application the fall of 2014. I was interviewed. I was almost accepted to Ukraine, and then they closed the program due to the conflicts with Russia and Crimea at the time. They gave me an option to instead serve in Cambodia or another site, and I spent the 24 hours they give you to make that decision running around this campus desperately trying to get an adult to tell me what to do. Some of those adults are in this room, and they had great advice, about 50-50 of which I ended up taking, because there was usually about a split, take it or don't take it, answer. I ended up saying no, and instead I took several other jobs to get to the spot I am in now. I worked with an organization that served the underprivileged and really at-risk middle school and high school students in our area, the ones that you don't see in Green Bay, or maybe there's one, and so you might just always miss that one. But they are the bottom of the barrel, end of the road kids. And I served them through a backpacking experience. They were backpacking the Schwamigan National Forest for 6 months at a time. My first day on that job, I was given a black eye, stitches above my eyebrow, and a broken nose by a client. And then the second time out, I stopped a fight between two teenage boys who were legitimately flinging poop at each other as a shaming technique. And at that point got pushed and then bruised my ribs. And I thought, not only can I not handle this physically, I can't handle this emotionally and psychologically. I'm not giving enough and I'm not getting enough to keep myself whole. So I took another job, this time helping adults and youth with mental disabilities in the Shawano area. Was stalked and threatened and not supported kind of across the board, and went, wow, I'm still not being supported and I'm still not able to give my whole self. So when Lydia asked me that question in the car heading north back to Green Bay, I realized that while the YMCA has supported me and while I have felt uplifted, there's still more I can do, and there's more adventure and there's more chance out there for me. Father Safferny kind of stole my punchline, but thanks to Lydia's discussion in the car, which about the time we hit Shuring Road was bringing me to tears, realizing that I had this decision that I could make. sobbing, passing the Walmart and passing the Culver's areas. I'm sobbing, saying, I need to reapply to the Peace Corps, and I need to go. By Halloween, I had applied. By January 15th, I had been interviewed. And by January 20th, I had been accepted. So September 18th of this year, I will be leaving for Ukraine for 27 months. I'm not expecting it to not be hard. I'm not expecting it to not be challenging. But with my current feelings of nerves more towards selling my stuff and letting go of my apartment and all the wonderful people I know in the United States, I'm focusing on just being excited to give more. So thank you, everyone.